Hey everybody, about that. I'll explain. Welcome to the vlog. We're doing weekly vlogs here again. We're not going daily. If you loved the original vlogs, this is gonna be different. Those are more like cinematic vlogs of what happened every day of my life. I got miserable doing that because that was a lot more pressure than I needed. Basically for like over a year now, we've been doing a weekly vlog on the pay side, like memberships and Patreon back in the day. And I was having a blast with that. So now we're just gonna bring it over here because some of the things we've been doing over there have gotten so much fun. I'd like a lot of y'all to see that. So we'll talk more about it in a minute, but I just wanted to start this vlog up, just give you the idea of what it's gonna be every week. It's gonna be a lot of cooking. Planning on making a Mexican shakshuka tonight. We'll get into that later. And then a little bit of what's been going on in my life in the week, that kind of stuff, random stuff. There may be taste test, beer taste test. Mary will pop in and out. We'll give you a house tour, probably not in this video, but coming soon. Just letting you know what's going on in our life, and then more importantly, doing some fun cooking and experimenting. I don't consider myself a chef or anything, but I've gotten better and better and better over time, learned a lot of techniques, and I like playing with things and experimenting and creating my own recipes based on other recipes. So we make hot sauces, we do all kinds of crazy things. So we'll get to that, but what's coming up first, I just wanted to introduce you and let you see this one last time because I'm literally in the car. I'm gonna go get a haircut as long as everybody's not overbooked and all that. So let's see what we get, and then maybe I can find some cilantro. My grocery stores are pretty wiped out. I don't have a lot in the, but we'll get to that. All right, let's see what happens. So obviously, you get a haircut. It's not gonna look exactly right until you kind of redo your hair, but I got the same guy who did it last time. He did a fantastic job, and again, I need to futz with it a little bit, but I mean, hey, look at that. Look at that. I have a neck again. I don't have that shaggy 70s Han Solo hair that I can't pull off because I'm no fucking Harrison Ford. So much lighter. Showers and drying off gonna be so much faster, and it is very sunny. I gotta run into Kroger and see if I can find some cilantro, some better bread for the shakshuka. I feel like there was something else, but maybe not. Anyways, let me do that so we can get home and get cooking. You know what, last minute I decided, ooh, that's a great shot. There's the thumbnail. Last minute I decided there was one more Kroger on my way home, so I'm gonna check them. Ours is just the produce section of ours, and we have like the nice one over here, but like it's just been wiped out for days ever since the holidays. And I know supply chain, I'm not like mad, I'm just like, damn, I understand. I'm not complaining. But yeah, I'm just gonna duck in there and see. I did manage to get roasted garlic loaves. I wanted take and bake so you kind of finish off the baking, the bread's fresher, but these are fresh baked today, so got a couple of those like garlic, nice crusty big thick bread we'll work with. But let's see what we can find at this very smaller Kroger. I gotta move, so I gotta cut. All right, well, that was semi-successful. They didn't have like bundles of cilantro. I got excited when I went in. They had some in the wrong place, but it was parsley. But they had like pre-chopped cilantro in a bin. It looked fresh enough, so I was like, fuck, it'll get me through what I need to do. I got a different tomato product I might use, so we'll see. We'll get to that. I need to get home, start getting cooking. It's almost 5:30 already. January 5th, 2022. I forgot to say that. All right, I'll see you at the house. All right, so I know a lot of you are new here, so welcome to my awesome kitchen. I mean, it's not the best kitchen in the world, but it works for me. We're still working things out. I've tried to straighten up a little bit. Mary will be home. She's doing some shopping. I just fed the cats so they wouldn't be all up in my business. And oftentimes, although I have it muted right now, I have cooking Food Network on in the background, so sometimes you might hear that because that's what I like to watch when I cook. But I have a little camera system here. Some of you are going to enjoy this, some of you aren't, some of you just need to skip on. The way we've done it on the free side, the pay side, is how I'm going to do it today. Over time I may change that, we may edit this a little bit more, but you're going to be with me the whole time I cook this pretty much, with little exceptions. So I'll talk to you a little bit about shakshuka, but first let's do the most important thing, and that is start with some wine. And I don't mean for the dish, it's for the chef. I'm gonna relax now, it's time to enjoy. We got a little Sauvignon Blanc here. I used to love Kim Crawford's Sauvignon Blanc, and I still do, but the Barefoot is just about as good at a third of the price. Don't fall for wine snobbery and wine prices, they don't mean anything. And yes, I drink all kinds of wine. I like to start my days if I'm doing wine with a Sauvignon Blanc, a drier white wine. If I go to a red, my favorites are Malbec. And, I like a good Syrah, and, Cabs and stuff are okay. Pinot Noir is kind of my third favorite. A lot of you may not know, I'm also a big proponent of beer. You'll see me do beer taste tests here. I like all kinds of beer, vodka drinks, cocktails, margaritas, we make it all. But let's start talking quickly about shakshuka. So first, cheers. Best I understand, this is like it started as an Israeli dish, a North African dish. It's a dish that can be kind of mutated or altered into any kind of style you want. So of course, I'm a big fan of Mexican flavors. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna make a spicy one today. Basically, it's like a kind of a cooked tomato sauce-ish kind of dish with some veggies that you kind of poach eggs in and hit with a little bit of cheese and herbs. The common one's gonna be kind of Mediterranean. They're gonna use like feta and spinach and things like that. And there's no meat or whatever, but you can do that. So we are altering, I'm doing a chorizo Mexican shakshuka. Now I'm kind of following a recipe by Sam the Cooking Guy, some other people, but I'm also just kind of doing my own thing because I've learned enough about a lot of this. So I made this for Christmas Eve for Dad and he loved it, but Mary had to have it too, so we kept it mild. Now we're gonna make it spicy. So with that said, I have all my ingredients pretty much prepped. Well, not prepped. We're going to do some work here, but laid out. So, you know, this is the chorizo I'm loving right now. We're going to use the picante. I used the mild last time. That's an awesome chorizo. I have unchopped cilantro too, but that is the thing I cannot find. I went to multiple Kroger's, but we got that. I got some seasoning on the side. I'm going with a smoked paprika, a little ground cumin. We got ourselves a nice white onion we're gonna work with. I got some garlic cloves. You'll see I've already peeled those because they're a pain. Some jalapenos, red and green bell pepper. I'll tell you about the tomato part in a minute. And now I've got some of this I'm gonna throw in there. I'm gonna chop some of this up. This is chipotles in adobo. Chipotles are just smoked jalapenos, and then they're kind of this adobo sauce. This is what it looks like in the can, but I used a few in a salsa, and I thought I'm gonna throw this in there too. So again, it's one of those recipes you can kind of tweak to whatever you want to be. So the only other thing I want to talk to you about before we get started in here is the tomatoes. Now, do I have that? Okay. So the first time I made it, I used this brand, because again, I was limited choices at the time. It's a good brand, it's fine. This is the diced tomato, which is what I was thinking about using today, because I used the crushed tomato the first time, and that worked, but it worked because I had meat in there. I think you want either a diced or a peeled, which I'll talk about, if you're not doing any kind of meat, because you want some texture in there. You're not gonna get too much from the veggies once they soften. Now, these are fine. They're gonna be good. That's probably what I should use, but a lot of recipes do say peeled tomatoes. And when I go to peeled tomatoes in this same brand, we can get San Marzano tomatoes, and these are the tomatoes you want. You don't want San Marzano style. That's just marketing. You want actual San Marzano, organic, you know, product of Italy tomatoes. They're just, I don't know the magic. There's plenty of videos out there. So we might actually do this, but if I do this, I gotta put it in a bowl and crush these up and break them up, which I might be willing to do, but I mean, that's gonna be a much nicer flavor. Not that the other tomatoes are bad. So I don't know, we'll decide when we get there. We got a minute. So first things first, I have my whole prep station ready. We're gonna do some mise en place here. Again, my regulars, like a Mike and a Goku, Ezio, Brittany, Kefla, Waffle Fett, all those folks, Jeff Glopfelty, they've seen a lot of this. They know how this works. But here we are. So I got my cutting board. We got a wet paper towel under there. It keeps it from sliding around. As you can see, recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but I love my garlic. So we're gonna start there. I'm gonna take my ring off just because it's keeping sliding and getting food in it. Let me get my knife, which honestly probably needs some sharpening. I have multiple ways of peeling garlic. I just did these by hand because I didn't need a lot. I should also go ahead and tell you, I do work on my knife technique, but that was even bad there, but I don't always follow it. So just be careful. I'm not a professional. I'm just gonna share what I've learned. I got a little tiniest piece of garlic paper that won't go away. I like taking off the little nubs, the roots, I guess, I don't know. And again, now that I'm sharing this stuff with more people, especially if you're a pro chef or whatever, you got tips, you got tricks, you want to correct me on something, by all means, as long as you're doing it politely, I love to learn. So, and of course I have cut myself a time or two, but nothing crazy. The worst one was recently on a mandolin. I wasn't using the guard and I had a stubborn onion and opened up a fleck of skin there. Check your garlic for any rotting or anything. I know a lot of us will keep bulbs of garlic around so long that sometimes they'll get eaten into or whatever. But I do love my garlic. So I'm just going to get rid of these nubs. I got a compost bin down here. We can put all our stuff in the garden and make better stuff. So now we're just going to rough mince this. And that's another thing. If you're a professional chef, you want your cuts like as even so everything cooks evenly. I'm not that worried about it. So we're just going to start breaking this up a little bit. And again, garlic, I'm not using the best finger method because it's tiny. Do I still have a piece of paper on that? Ah, crap. a couple pieces of garlic was pretty stubborn. So we're just gonna start with a little bit of a rough chop. Just break it up some. And that's good, bring it all together. And we're just gonna start working through it, mincing it down. I mean, you can use jarred garlic or whatever, but I mean, fresh garlic, man. You gotta clean off your knife every now and then. There is a trick I have not attempted yet about hitting this with a little bit of salt. It'll keep the garlic from sticking to your knife and your fingers and all that. One day I'll try that, but I'm not working with so much, it's a pain. Of course, always be aware where your fingers are. That is important. Make sure, and also too, you want your knife to be very sharp. It's actually less dangerous. The duller your knife is, the more dangerous it can be. If you're a professional chef watching this video, you're probably just here to laugh at me. That's absolutely fine. I'm just talking to the random people who are like, I don't know, man, I don't know about cooking. Or maybe they just like that I'll make some stupid jokes along the way. We will find out. So we're starting to get this down, not bad here. I mean, it's still got a little bit of work. It's a pain. The two things I love, hold on, my nose is dripping. And again, keep in mind, if I'm cooking for people, my hands are frequently washed and whatnot. Gloves are used more, but I'm just cooking for me and my dad and Mary. None of us really care. So if you see some health violations, know that that would not be the case for other people. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit better. We'll go through this a few times, and then we'll set it aside. So this is one of the best things about cooking, especially if you're not, if you got the time and you like to do it as kind of a relaxation thing, this whole mise en place, getting everything ready. And then boy, you'll see, if you've never done this, how much better and easier and less stressfully actual cooking can be. Also, shakshuka is usually served with like bread or pita chips, things like that. I could not find the bread I really wanted, so I don't have take and bake. That's kind of my favorite way to do it until I inevitably learn to start baking my own bread. And I guess I should kind of let people know that that's kind of where all this cooking stuff started. I've cooked my whole life. I've always loved it. I took home ec in like junior high and, of course got made fun of. Like, oh, he's hanging out with the girls and blah. It's like, yeah, I'm hanging out with the hot chicks and I'm learning how to cook amazing food. What are you doing? Hanging out with the sweaty boys? Have fun with that. To each their own. I'm just saying, like, I used to bake biscuits from scratch and Mornay sauce and all that kind of stuff. And, I kind of got out of it for a long time, but I'm a huge foodie. You will meet some like high level chefs coming up in the future in some of these videos, and they have taught me a lot. I learned about shakshuka from one of my favorite people at my favorite restaurant in the entire world, Azur here in Lexington, and Chef Otter. He makes all kinds of crazy hot sauces. That's like the secret in the back. If you're ever there, ask for some of Otter's hot sauces. He has taught me a lot. He's gonna do some stuff. All right, that's pretty good and minced. That's good enough for me. So, I just got some of these things just to kind of, I did that poorly. I wasn't thinking this through. Get a little baby spoon. I'll need that to dig it all out anyways, just where it's sticky.
Yeah, it's just sticky. That's what I call a sticky situation.
And yeah, if you're wondering, I'm sure eventually you will see the cats. You probably would see them a lot more if I hadn't gone and given them their dinner right before I started filming. Usually Mary does it. I don't mind doing it, but she keeps the schedules and like the weights, so. But I knew she was gonna be gone a little late, and I knew they were circling over here looking at all this food, and it's like, Jack, don't get on the counter. For those wondering, we have 4 lovely cats. 2 were with Mary before I met her. That is gonna be the older babies, Itty Bit, and she's our only girl right now, and Napoleon. And of course I love them dearly, but we now also have Aaron Purr, and hold on, let me get his whole name out, our baby kitty. The astonishing Jacked Jick Jack Baby Monster Kitty Extraordinaire Esquire Incorporated.com Tripper the Third. We love him, and he gets all the nicknames too. He's our cute brute, our kaiju kitty. You'll meet him, he's adorable. You can't not love him. All right, so that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna set that to the side. We'll keep that spoon for digging it out. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm embarrassed, y'all. I don't normally, I fumble when I do a lot of this, but I don't fumble like that. I will say I'm really glad I gave the counter a nice little cleaning before I started. Since I am getting a lot of food on the counter, just do it like that. See if we can use the wine glass to salvage some. See, now this is what makes watching me do this fun. You get to see how bad I fail. Admittedly, I'm a little nervous. This is the first time I'm cooking for the wider audience, you know. It's one thing, it was my super supporters and they were paying to be there. And I know, like, you know, they taught me a trick or two. They've learned a trick or two from me. So that's been really nice. There was a series where I'm still working on becoming a boss of eggs. Like, I was never really good with eggs until recently, and I still have some things like poaching and hollandaise I want to learn. But we got into boiled eggs for a whole bunch of reasons and dishes. And our buddy Mikey P found the best egg peeling system in the world. And I make short work of peeling hard-boiled eggs now. One day you'll see that. All right, let me clean off my knife a little bit. Get that sticky off a bit. Just running it under some water and then carefully, you know, wiping down the sides. Okay. And we'll set that aside for a minute. Let me get a damp paper towel. Let's get that sticky garlic off the cutting board. Okay. All right. Next up, let's go ahead and get out the onion. So, what did I do with my knife? It's right behind me. All right, yeah, we're gonna go this way with it. Just get it in half. I used to always buy the peeled onions, and then I realized I'm paying twice as much per onion just to have it pre-peeled when I'm gonna take a layer off anyways. And, you know, it's a little bit messier, but it's also like half the price, especially as much onions as we tend to go through. Because I'm always making things. And almost everything uses onions. Trying to get Mary to grow some in the garden next year. I don't know though, she's pretty good about, she grew me some amazing hot peppers this year. Sadly, I never got to work with any of my Reaper peppers, but we made some good stuff with ghost pepper and lots of scorpion and habanero. I always take off a little more than I need to here. So that's another thing I'm, you know, learning about. I guess I'm just a little bit more paranoid about, you know, how much comes off. Got a little bit of a bad spot on that onion. I'm gonna keep my eye on that. Get that out of there. Just on that first layer, probably. Sticky onion paper. Get it out of here so we don't get it in the onions. All right. Burp. All right, are we ready for my eyes to start watering? Probably. So we're gonna do a dice. So we're gonna do the Gordon Ramsay method here, or many other people method. It's just, that's who I learned it from. So we get a couple of slits in there. And this is a good place to really work on your proper knife handling techniques. See, by curling your fingers under, you're less likely to actually stab through or cut anything off. But it can be a little bit, I haven't mastered the controlling of you know, whatever. Yeah, quick work of dicing an onion this way. And again, like I said, pro chefs, all that, you're gonna want these to be very even so everything cooks evenly, but the things I make, the stuff I tend to do, not much of an issue for me. Just wanna make sure I don't have any like huge chunks. Okay. Yep, here come the, get a little bit of the tingle in the eyes there. This might have been too big of a bowl for this. But I mean, you'll see by doing it that way, like it just breaks up into nice little dice if you've never done it that way. I mean, be careful on those first cuts. They can be tricky. Oh boy, yep. Oh, there is, now there's so many things I've heard about how to keep your eyes from watering with onions, and none of it's really worked. Keeping the root on until you're done. I mean, I do that anyways. Making sure you have a really sharp knife. That may be one thing. I don't know that I've really ever. This is like a knife from like $100 knife set, so it's probably not the best knife in the world. Oh, but my eyes are watering enough. I need to actually step back and not put an onion on my butt cheek. Y'all like my Joe Bob pants? Official cookware of TheEricButts. Oh, let's get a little more wine. Oi, all right. So we're kind of sawing in and then twisting and then gotta be careful. This one's a little of a tough onion. Okay, cool. Got a little paper there, sorry. Also, for some reason, I like to change my onion grip when I get here in a way that I shouldn't. I mean, my knife grip. Again, I'm just trying to break these up. Ooh. Oh, a little bit of a bad bit of core in here. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not like rotted or ruined. It's still very edible. Just if I see it and I can get it out of the way, I will. What I'm doing right now is very dangerous because of the way I have my thumb. I will tell you that. You do not do this. But you'll notice my speed has slowed way down. Okay. I'm also kind of pushing forward a little bit on the knife. Kind of saw through. Okay. All right. Now again, a lot of recipes are like yellow onion, like the Sam the Cooking Guy one. I'm looking at his Mediterranean version just for kind of the idea of how this works. Really, is why I do that. You know, that's kind of fool around with the flavor profile I prefer. Although the Mediterranean one sounds really good too. But his calls for like half a small yellow onion. I'm like, son, I need my onion. And if I'm doing something Mexican, I tend to like to either go with a white onion most commonly or a red onion on occasion. I hear one of the cats meowing downstairs. Okay, so we got our onion. Oh, thank God I can stop tearing up. Whew, all right. Rinse down stuff again. Clean as you go, people, clean as you go, I promise. Granted, right now we're just cleaning as we go because we need these items again. All right, get this out of the way. Chew it all out of the way. There. And let's clean that board off again. All right. Cool. Starts getting easier from here, folks. Those are the trickier ones. So, well, at least for me. Let me find a good tissue. There we go. All right, just a few more things to prep, then we actually cook. And then it's really freaking easy from there. That onion off of there, though. All right, let's go ahead and get the bell peppers. So, again, I think I learned this from Ramsey, but there's a bunch of ways to do this. This is how I like to do it. I'm just gonna cut down in here, kind of open it so we can see what we're working with. And we just kind of cut around the flesh and the seeds, although this one does not have a lot of seeds in it. Oops. Boom. No muss, no fuss. Then we're just gonna get in here and go ahead and separate this up. All right, let's strip it. And again, the size on this is just gonna depend. They're gonna shrink a little bit as you cook them. So I like to leave it a little bit chunky so we can have some actual texture. And especially if you're doing a straight up veggie one, you're gonna wanna leave it a little bit beefier. Again, this is not a wise method I do, but I am just trying to stay aware of where my thumb is. I feel comfortable up here, I'm okay. But it's the thumb is where you can get really screwed over. And again, you know, you can go even bits or whatever, but on bell pepper, it's a little bit harder. I've never really had any issue with the way I do it, so in terms of, you know, I haven't found that now I can imagine if I'm doing potatoes, you do want to get potatoes a little more uniform because those do need to cook through more than like onions do. And again, you can use pretty much any bell pepper. I just like the idea of a red and a green. We get that little festive color, although you're gonna lose the color, but the green pops nicely, especially if you're not gonna use jalapenos. Go ahead and slice this one up too. That was a little bit bigger than I wanted. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Let's do the green bell pepper, and then we just gotta prep jalapenos and a couple other things, but it's fine. We'll get there. All right, green buddy. And again, I'm not worried about this because this is all going in the same thing here. I haven't decided though with the jalapenos if I want to really cook them down and throw them in with the onions. I think I do. Instead of with the bell pepper. Maybe I'll put some in the bell pepper, some in the onions, so we'll get various textures from it. That might be kind of cool. All right, this one has a lot more seeds in it. It's not gonna come out quite as clean as the first one. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe I doubted my ability. We'll see. Be very conscious of your fingers if you're doing this. Kind of know where they are. You don't slice through and get surprised. And there you go. I mean, almost no waste. Maybe just a tiny bit on that part, but ultimately, pretty good usage. Just bought this one yesterday and it's wilting up a little bit already. Man, those skins can be tough, dude. So a little bit of seesaw action on occasion does the trick. Yes, cut those down a little bit. But you know, I like kind of a chunky bite. And like I said, these will shrink up a little bit as the water cooks out of them. Green are kind of your least flavorful. Although I always grew up loving them as a little snack. Red's gonna be the most tasty. It's got a nice sweetness. Yellows and oranges are kind of in between. Yeah. And I will say in these vlogs often Mary is around and giving me poop or chiming in. So it's gonna be a little more entertaining sometimes, but not always. All right, so we got the bell pepper. All right, now, get the jalapenos going. And again, there's some options with the jalapenos, but I know what I'm planning to do, mostly. Just wipe this off. Let's see if we can get some of this off the board here a little bit. Oh, that was really dumb, by the way. That was really dumb, don't do that. I even had it pointed at the hand that was flopping towards it. There you go, that's what it is. This whole video is just an exercise and you're on the edge of your seat waiting to see, will he cut himself? I hope not. These jalapenos got a little soft in the few days I've had them as well. Is that what she said? I'm gonna bring this back over so we can see what we're doing. All right, now actually, I thought I had one more than I have, but it's fine. I'm gonna cut one of these up for me, just for my own personal use on my egg sandwiches and stuff. And then the other 4 we'll actually use in the shakshuka, because we're going for some real heat. I was gonna do habaneros, but my habanero's ruined, and you know, good luck finding them. Now, this is, which one do I want for me? That one looks pretty good for me, so we're just gonna wring this out real quick, get that tip off. I like to leave my seeds in and all that too, so. You know, a trick is if you take out the seeds and the flesh, it'll be less hot. But I do like my heat. So yeah, these are just going in the fridge for me to put on sandwiches. But we're basically just gonna do that same thing. Hi Jack, I see you checking around my feet. Jack knows when Daddy's cooking, start circling around here. Because Daddy drops things. All right, just gonna do the same thing for these. Yeah, the first time we had shakshuka was at Azur, and Chef Otter, let's put the thicker ones in with the onions. Chef Otter, it was his dish. It was one of the chef series nights where each chef gets to feature a dish of their own making. And He did a habanero. Actually, and this was like the spicy night. And his was a habanero shakshuka. And I fell in love with it. My dad fell in love with it. And then, so that's why I made that for Christmas Eve. But we didn't get to make it spicy. So we'll see how this goes. But outside of the eggs, this dish is difficult to mess up. But yeah, the eggs can be tricky. And I actually pretty much nailed the eggs the first time, so I have no idea how I'll do this time. All right, these jalapenos we'll put in with here so they cook a little less, they have a little more bite. Yeah? That was little Jack you just heard. He's like, where's Mama? Mama's out shopping. She had to go into the office today, so she's doing some shopping on the way home. And I guess I would have heard by now if she had found me any cilantro. Oops, that was a crap cut on that last one. We can get a little bit more. There we go. All right. Did I just? Yes, I did. All right. And one more. And we are almost through the prep work here, everybody. Just a couple more things to do after this. Get out of the way. All right, good enough. And let's throw a few more on that side. All right. Hi, Jack. All right, Daddy needs to wipe his. Oops. I think I just flung a piece of onion at him. Hi, buddy. You want to be on camera in a minute? Daddy will show you. He'll show you off to all his friends and haters. But I don't think anybody could hate you. Okay. I'm just gonna wipe this to the side for now. I'll clean up the rest of it later. Let me actually get a fresh clean on my knife. What we're about to do next is a little bit messy anyways. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, you. Let's push this to the side. Okay, and now we need a little fork. Baby, fork. I hope this is still good. That is still good. We're gonna fish out the actual chipotles here. Honestly, I should probably put a glove on for this. It's just less messy. I don't know how many are in here. That's it. The rest is adobo sauce. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna glove up one hand. Ugh. Not for heat purposes, just to keep too much of the sauce off of me. After this, we just gotta prep some cilantro and we're on to cooking, so. I'm not looking for crazy on this. We can just kind of rough chop this a little bit. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Let's see. I had a plan. That plan just changed slightly. So I'm rethinking. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of these. Oh, that smells really good. That smokiness from those jalapenos in there. Whew. All right, I'm gonna clean my knife off one more time here. Got a stubborn seed that doesn't want to come off the edge. There we go. All right, give it a quick wipe. I have found a knife I love and want to buy, but it's like $180 for, but man, it felt so good in my hand. So I'm just gonna swap this out. I'm just gonna set this to the side. I'm just gonna push it off of that. And I got plenty of cutting boards, so. But yeah, here's the wet paper towel. You just damp a paper towel, put it down there. Although this one might be the problem one. I had one that was a bit of a problem the other day on one side. Yeah, this one. For some reason, this side doesn't want to work on. Also, this is a bit of the floppy boy, but that's okay. We only gotta do cilantro. So let me grab the bundle I did have. And I'll make sure it's still good. Yeah, it's still good. All right, so let me actually tilt the camera up a little bit so you can see. So I'm just gonna get the bag out, get the twist tie off. And then a quick way to get rid of a whole bunch of stems, because stems are okay, but you don't want a ton. Grab it somewhere in the middle, and just twist and rip. Oh shoot, those need to go in the compost heap though. All right. Then I'm back here, I'm gonna hit some cold water and a little sprayer. I don't know if you can actually see this. Get some water through it. And I'm just gonna kind of squeeze it. Not so much, you're not trying to juice it in your hands, but you wanna get a bunch of the water out. Actually, it just occurred to me, I don't need to cut this batch up. So actually, this batch can go on this cutting board. I'll swap them back out. Because where we have the pre-chopped stuff, some of that will go in the dish and some will be the garnish. I was gonna actually chop some of that for the top, but it just occurred to me, I don't need to. Because I believe, since this is already chopped, it's already clean, ready to use. Yeah, cool. Cool. All right, well then, moment of truth time. Truthiness, well not truthiness, but I will leave this out though, because we're gonna want that for cutting up some bread. All right, wine, step 1. Step 2, position the camera better. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Step 3, remove the flammable object from the impending heat. You're gonna want a lid for this. That's how you're gonna kind of poach your eggs. All right, let's just start warming up the pan. For those that don't know, this particular burner, my favorite burner, is often very tricky. No, I need to let Dad know, there we go. I need to let Dad know that I'm heating up the pan, starting the cooking, because he's coming over to have some, obviously. All right, let's see, ingredients, just prepped, heating pan, approximately 30 minutes, I think, I don't remember. All right, so we're gonna let that get hot. Now, if you weren't doing with the meat, which I just realized I'm gonna wanna actually swap my cutting boards back out. If you're not doing it with the meat, you're gonna start with like your onions in the pan. And if you start with your onions in the pan, you're gonna wanna use some oil, some olive oil or something. And even if you're using like ground beef, or most meats you need to do that, but chorizo is a very fatty meat on its own, and it's gonna go in first for about 5 minutes, so we don't need to start with oil. We do have it if we need it. What am I doing? All right, I need a place to work with this, so. I just need to open it first. I'm sorry, I'm spazzing. I found this at Meijer, if that helps. I mean, there's plenty of other chorizo, they're probably all fine, but I find this to be my favorite that I've worked with so far. And this isn't quite a pound, it's like 12 ounces, but that's fine. It was perfectly, and this is a 3-quart stainless steel pan. I like stainless steel, it's gonna brown a little bit on the sausage. And I don't know, it's nice. It just seems to be right. And plus we're gonna wanna use my actual favorite spatula. I'm not kidding, I have a favorite spatula. My longtime viewers know this. I love this thing, it's called the masher. The slots and everything, it's like a chopper and a smusher, and we're gonna need that, so, because we're gonna wanna break up our meat. Now is when I'm going to take a quick look at a basic recipe so I have some idea of where I'm going. Oh, Mary has messaged me as well. Okay, she's heading home. All right, okay, so we want a medium heat. But we're gonna cook, all right, we're gonna leave it a little under medium high. Again, you're gonna have to learn your own stove, because a medium for one person is a medium high for another, a low for another person is medium low, and so on and so forth. And also, I need to measure out, while I'm waiting on that, those spices. So last time I went with his, and I used a tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. Oh, cumin, excuse me, I said it wrong. So what I need is a, where does I lost my eyeballs. Where are my eyeballs? Half a teaspoon and a tablespoon. Okay, so where are they? We have so many measuring spoons here. But there are certain ones that do a real good job. That's half a teaspoon, okay. A real good job of getting in to the thing here. That's 5 milliliters. Nope, that's a teaspoon. That's a teaspoon? That's a tablespoon? Probably should have moved the camera over here so you can see what I'm doing. Why is that on there? I don't know. Okay, that's a tablespoon. What do I need? How do I get it off this ring? Oh, it's a clip ring, a clamp ring, or whatever ring. Do I just, there we go. All right, so I got my, sorry, I didn't have this ready, tablespoon, and then I need the half teaspoon measure. Yeah, all right. Okay. Again, no science here. You can mess this, you can do other things. I thought about putting some chili powder even in it, but I still might. Okay, so a tablespoon of the smoked paprika. Boop. Good stuff right there. And basically once I get this mixed together, we'll be good to get sausage on and we'll get going here. But see, they actually fit like in there, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, might be a little bit more, but that's fine. Good stuff. I'm gonna buy some more of it already. Between the eggs and everything. I put a crap ton of this in these baked egg patties I did recently with some garlic powder, salt and pepper of course, and oh my God, they are the best I've ever done. Then I'm gonna need 3 half teaspoons of this. I mean, I could have used a teaspoon and a half to do this, but why not just do 3 of these and save a dish, you know? 1, 2, those are pretty heavy. There. Just mix that up a little bit. It doesn't have to be mixed up. I just like to kind of mix it up. It's a fun thing for me to do. I'm not doing it on camera. I just realized I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. It smells really good, and we now have our spice mixture. Set that aside. And then I guess, oops, didn't need to do that. Let me grab a bowl for working these peeled tomatoes. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with the dice. Let's save those San Marzano. I know I pimped them out, but let's just save them for later. Because I think the dice is gonna be a little better here. I don't know about the peeled, the crunch in the peeled, so. Also, this way we don't have to actually do anything with it and waste another dish. So, everything is ready. Pan is hot. A fun way to check. Just get a little water in your hands and go. And if you get it, you got heat, you're good. Okay, so now where is my knife? There it is. All right, we're gonna just slice down so we can squeeze out here. Okay, it's an unusual amount of effort that took. I think it's because I'm trying to do it on a weird spot. Poke it. Didn't have that problem before. I did the hokey pokey, it turned itself around. All right, are we good? We're good, we're just gonna squeeze it out. And we should get a nice, let's take it down to medium a little bit. Somewhere between medium, low for me. I'm trying to get as much of it as I can. I like to set it up on its edge if I can. Nope, not always. And we just gotta get all this in here. Browns a little, that's fine. Plus, don't worry about having to deglaze the pan or anything. The tomato sauce is going to do a really nice job of that for you. Or the tomato product. Come on, I want that little piece. Gimme. I don't mind a little bit of burn, a little bit of brown. Initially, it's all gonna blend in nicely. And one more. I mean, technically, you could probably have this squished out into a bowl already, so you can just dump it in real quick if you're worried about things burning or whatever. And there we have it. That is smoky, though. So let's get moving everything around. start breaking it up. Dang. Maybe I do need to take my heat down a little bit. Again, once the fat comes out, damn. Yeah, that's okay, what is going on? That seems very hot. I'm going to take it off the heat a little bit. We will put that down to a medium, let the pan cool a little bit here. Actually, can I work it up here for a second? Yeah. Now I like a real fine sausage, so I'm going to be working on breaking this up quite a bit. Plus, I am trying to get all that fatty liquid to come out, so there we go. Starting to get some of it. Deglaze the pan some. And there's the Mary. All right, let's put it back on the heat. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Oh, you missed a good opportunity to say, honey, I'm home.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
Lucy! We gotta watch that movie. Oh, I wasn't watching the time. Let's give it another 3 minutes before we put in onions. But you can see all that grease, so I mean, that's your oil. You don't need oil with chorizo.
Hi, baby girl.
Hi.
Are we expecting any company tonight?
Dad's gonna eat. Oh, I didn't get back to Charisse, so I don't know. There's a point once we start poaching the eggs, I guess I could be like, hey, because obviously I'm getting to it later than I intended. And right before I started, I reminded myself and said, this is why you don't go out on cooking days. You're supposed to have everything ready, so you can just cook and have stuff ready earlier. All right, that's starting to look pretty good. We're getting there with that.
Hey, sexy head.
You can come in here and mess it up. They can't even see that you're doing it.
I can't even mess it up.
I know, that's what I like about it. I can actually wear a hat and then take it off and be like, ooh, hello. Oh, that's right. People haven't actually seen you and I being like legit flirty and intimate. Because remember, this is the first vlog going out to the complete audience. Some of those people think, you know, our shtick is like how we really are a lot of the time. I mean, there's truth to our shtick, but... All right, I think that's pretty good on that. So let's get the onions going. I think I actually need to also... Hold on. When does the garlic go in? All right, so we want to put in those. Oh, peppers, onions. Oh, all right. And until soft in 5 minutes, and okay, after 5 we add the garlic. Okay, a touch of oil. Okay, all right, I got this. So actually, all this goes together. I'm an idiot for putting it in 2 bowls. Let's go and get the onions in. All that oniony goodness. And let's get the rest of the peppers in. And let's distribute that. We want to do that for about 5 minutes, so 7:03. Try to coat all this in some of that fat and oil. This will all fit in the pan, I promise. It's just a little bit tricky initially. You can see some of those onions turning kind of that yellowy brown, catching all that chorizo fat. That's what you want. That's how you're kind of oiling your onions. Jack, he's a snacko-maniac.
Don't use that word unless you mean it.
No, he's pretty chill now that Daddy fed him. Aaron might be working on a hairball. He was making some sad, sniffy, sneezy-ish noises a minute ago, but it might also be where he's eating the Christmas tree, which he likes to do. And we're trying to, you know, we do a pretty good job of keeping him from doing it, but hard to be perfect. All right, so where did I put that phone? I wouldn't mind a picture of that. That is looking pretty. After this, we're gonna cook the garlic for about a minute. Then we're going to put in the seasoning, let it slightly toast. Then we add the tomatoes and let it simmer for about 15, and then we'll put in some greenery and get to cracking eggs and all that. So, look at that cute lady. You'll get a good look at her in a minute. Do you have a pizza for me?
No.
I take it you did not find me any cilantro.
Yep.
So I went to the other Kroger, and at the very least, I did have a bundle that was still good that I'm using, but I found a tin of chops. So like, where they chopped some. So I'm like, oh, they're hoarding it in the back. I see. By the way, you don't have to stir this.
Do you have a Mexican grocery nearby?
I know. I thought about that too, because we do.
Whew.
Do I need to bring up the fan?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, as the peppers are starting to. I can tell. Hold on, I gotta. We just slide it back. Okay. Yeah, we gotta bring up the exhaust. The heat. We're aerosolizing the jalapeno heat a little bit. So I will try to talk over that. That's Mary got a whole bunch of eggs. You don't have to stir this 100% all the time, but you know, I just want to make sure everything's getting nice and incorporated. I know I went to take a picture of this. I don't know that I did. Now, if I was going to use habaneros, I would not leave them that chunky. I'd probably actually turn them into more of a sauce.
It's okay.
Send that to Dad, get him excited.
Excuse me. Bring food, please. Come on there.
Coming through. All right, a little more wine for the chef. Oh yeah. Teriyaki stir-fry udon. Okay.
It's a refrigerator meal, so you're gonna have to go downstairs.
Yeah. Ironically, in my new Cooks Illustrated, there's a whole article about how to better organize your fridge. But then I looked at it, I'm like, who only has 8 things in their fridge like that?
My parents.
Yeah, most normal people. I do tend to overstuff our fridge, particularly with leftovers. Oh yeah, I should tell them. They don't know this, a lot of the new people here. I kind of drive Mary crazy a little bit with my cooking, because she's very much, and rightfully so, from a school of if you cook it, you should be cooking to eat it. Whereas I tend to be, I just want to learn how to cook something. I don't even half the time care if I get to eat any. So I usually have a portion and just leave the leftovers for everybody else, because then I'm making something else the next day. I tried to get better about that, but we still have a piece of lasagna from like 3 weeks ago. We still have a touch of shakshuka from 2 weeks ago when I made this. There was one hiding in the back.
Like today?
I don't know, I haven't looked today.
I think I ate that one.
She may have ate it. It was behind where we had the Christmas dinner leftovers.
Yeah, I ate that.
Oh, okay, good. The lasagna's done.
So I'm working on the Boxing Day leftovers.
Oh, right. So what? Yeah, we had Kathy came. You know Kathy Hobbs. She came over and cooked a whole ass turkey and cornbread stuffing and all this stuff. I made a smoked Gouda and goat cheese mac and cheese. We did asparagus, and it was actually an awesome dinner. And it was fun to cook with Kathy. She's trying to share my kitchen, and Mary being an amazing assistant.
At one point, just saying the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do sometimes. All right, so we're ready to. Yeah, those are looking decent. We're going to go ahead and get the garlic in. I'll make sure it doesn't touch the pan so it doesn't burn while I'm getting it out of the cup. So if you are doing this without meat and all that, you do want to put some oil down before you put your garlic in so it doesn't immediately burn when it hits the heat. And I also definitely always do extra cloves because, oh, no, okay. Whew. We're lucky that fell in a way that I can still use it, because that's my baby and I need it. If it fell onto a mat, we're fine.
What fell onto a mat?
Nothing.
And you didn't rinse it off?
I don't want to lose the grease. This heat will kill anything, it's fine. It's for me and Dad, you don't care. I told them, I explained to them that, oh, I need to look at the time when I did that. That I'm a little looser with my sanitation when it's just for us. Because, trust me, we all get ourselves dirty.
Your cat hair.
Huh? Oh, there was no cat hair in there.
Okay. I'm just giving you a hard time, huh?
I know. It's on one of the fluffy mats, man. The hair doesn't stick there. Mary is awesome. She bought these rubber mats like you'd use in a kitchen. And boy, have they helped the feet issue over here. I honestly kind of wish my veggies had wilted a little bit more. Maybe I should have gone a little bit longer. But I guess once they get kind of stewed down. She's having excellent issues over there. Yeah, I feel like my garlic's pretty well cooked through now. The chorizo looks nice. Okay. All right. So on this though, I am gonna make a little bit of a space in the middle. And then we're gonna hit it with our seasoning mixture. Okay, just let that coat through and toast up a little bit. Yeah, heating up your spices, toasting your spices, game changer. By the way, everybody. So we're just gonna do this long enough to kind of make sure it's all incorporated in there. I don't really see like dry, clumpy bits of spices. Oh yeah, that brought out some smell. That brought out some fantastic flavor smells, food smells. I know words. I word good. Oh yeah, that is nice. All right, let's push down the sides a little bit, make sure we're not leaving stuff up here we want. All right, then next I believe I'm supposed to put in the tomato product. Yeah, tomato, and we're gonna simmer for 15. All right, where's my can opener? And we decided we were going diced. Yes. All right, almost got it.
Did you go with dice or petite dice?
This time I went petite dice. The first time it was crushed.
I think petite dice is definitely better than dice.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people say to use the whole peel and then, you know, break it up with your hands.
You've got my sticks back.
Oh, that's I smell it up. You gotta stir that up again before we put all this in there. I'm sorry, what about eggs?
You've got my eggs back.
Oh, that's because I wanted to have those easy to get to. I'm sorry. That top slot, the top slot you can just take out and bring over here. I think that's the one that has 6 eggs in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'll be ready for that shortly. So, all right, we're gonna put in the tomato product. You know what? Hell, I'll just use this. Or if we catch a little extra garlic, we catch a little extra garlic. All right. All right, I just want to stir this through. Kind of get everything nice and mixed together here. Oh, that's already looking pretty fantastic. Again, this on its own probably would be great in like a, I don't know, over nachos or something, just as is. I mean, once it's, cooked down a little bit, obviously. All right. So we got it pretty well incorporated there. Flatten it out a little bit. Oh, you know what? Hold on, we're not done. I forgot. We have our special ingredient. Actually, let me move this cilantro over to this paper towel now that I'm done with that. And let's get all the these in there. And mix that up. We'll go ahead and get the rest of this adobo in there. Okay. And let's make sure we mix that through. Spread it out some. you know, just in one big old clump of it, and then one person gets all of it.
Unless that person's you.
Well, yeah. No, that might be a bit much for me. All in one clump. It'll calm back down in just a second. That's where I just put in the, whatchamacallits, the, Chipotles. Okay. That looks pretty well incorporated. Yeah, I should have fine diced those jalapenos a little bit better. But it is what it is. You live, you learn, you adjust next time. And set that aside. Start getting some things out of the way. And it's almost simmering. We'll do some salt later. All right, we're gonna turn this down so it can simmer. And I'm gonna call that a simmer. I don't think I cover it yet. Okay, I need you if we can let the whole thing simmer 15 minutes. All right, Echo, set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Starting now. By the way.
Shh, Echo, stop.
Just say snap.
Echo, stop. No one cares. All right.
Did it stop the timer?
No, timer's fine. All right, now normally, this would be where I would just BS with y'all for 15 minutes, but I got a feeling the greater YouTube community is not looking for that. So I'm just gonna kind of let this go. So basically all you're looking for here is for this to kind of thicken up. You're kind of cooking out a lot of the juice from the peppers and the, particularly the tomatoes, a lot of the tomato water. And once it's a little bit thicker, we're gonna stir some cilantro into there. Or, you know, you can use spinach or whatever if you're going more Mediterranean. Or I guess parsley if you're going for an Italian one. You do like Italian sausage, ground beef, and that could be pretty good. Banana peppers maybe. Then once it simmers, we're gonna get on some eggs. So I'm probably gonna cut here. I'm gonna clean up my work area so I have room to work on the other thing. Now, normally I would be baking up the bread by now, but all the good take and bake stuff is gone. So anyway, this is like fresh from the deli or the bakery today. We got, I figured, garlic loaf. It's nice and crusty. You know, it feels soft on the inside. It's got a nice crust on the outside, so it's not gonna totally sog up. We'll slice some of that up. I got 2 of them. I got other breads if that don't work. But yeah, just keep an eye on it. You shouldn't really have to stir it, but you can. Mary's got a whole seasoned rotisserie chicken she's gonna dismantle. I was just learning how to make rotisserie chicken in our oven, so that'd be cool. I got some recipes for that too. What is the recipe I just figured out too? There was this other thing that sounded delicious, and then it has like this lime zest dipping sauce, but it was really easy. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We're gonna do all kinds of cooking here.
I'm gonna dig into the drumsticks. I was hungry.
All right, well, if you give me just a second, I can actually clear you a whole space. So I'm gonna cut, I'm gonna clean up the kitchen a little bit, and we'll be back in, I don't know, about 10-ish minutes. All right, we still got about 8 minutes left on the simmer. Oddly enough, my flame turned off. I've never seen that happen. That was weird. We got it going. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and do the prep of the next thing. And this may seem silly to some of y'all, but I like to have my eggs pre-prepped so I can just bump. Plus, by putting each one in a separate ramekin or bowl, if I get eggshell or whatever, I don't have to be digging it out of there. I can get it out of here quickly. So, I have been practicing my egg cracking abilities, and I've been getting much better. Still not perfect. Last time in this pan we did 4, and I thought we could easily do 5 eggs, even though it says you could do 6. Let's go ahead and get 5 eggs ready, and if we need to do more than that, we will. So, all right. First egg in, perfection. Second egg. Ooh, I almost screwed that one up, but not bad. Okay. 2 eggs. Rinse my fingers, they already got a little gooey. Which is why it's a good idea to do something like a paper towel under them. My simmer's a little hot too, taking that down some. That's not a good break. This is almost a problem. We got it. Nice. Oh, nope. There's a piece of shell. Fudge. All right. Tip I learned, use the shell to get the shell. Good. We did not break the yolk. You really want to avoid breaking the yolk here if you can. It's not the end of the world if you do, but it's so... Oh, I broke a yolk in there. God damn it.
If you want to set those aside, I'll just put them tomorrow.
All right. Because part of this is you want a nice runny yolk you can bust into. That was on the first one, too. Oh, fuck. I think because I... Wow, I'm so good at breaking eggs that I've already fucked up 2 of them. Good job,
You want me
Eric.
to try some?
No, I have this under control. Good thing I have more eggs. And you're busy. I'll get it. All right, I got 2 good ones. All right, that one's good. So that's 3 good ones.
Okay.
All right. And again, like I said, you can work with the broken ones, but damn it.
That's my chicken.
But I do, that part of my excitement about this is that burst of the egg yolk, so. All right, that's good. Actually, earlier today too, I learned the science about the pros and the cons of breaking them on the edge of a bowl and breaking them on the flat. And one benefit of breaking them flat like that is you don't get as small and as many tiny breaks, so it's less likely to puncture the yolk. I thought that was interesting.
Honestly, I do it on the slide and I don't really have that much trouble with yolk breaking.
Now that's you. You're special, as we all know. Ooh, science.
Actually, when I don't have an edge to break on, I like to take a knife, one of my butter
Like
knives,
tap into it.
and just give it a quick whack.
Here's your mucus, Egon. Sorry. I was having an Egon mucus moment. But you know what? All things said and done, I'm pretty happy with how those turned out, except for those 2 broken yolks. Let me give this another little, while you're looking at it, another little work through. You can see all this like grease, and that's what you want. You want to kind of boil a bunch of that out. Yeah, you can see on the bottom it's really thickening up. Apparently we have a little under 5 minutes left of the simmer, but I might let it go a little bit longer. I wish I could remember how long I actually left the eggs for last time, because it was about perfect. I just wanted to go a tiny touch longer. But I do not remember. Oh, I didn't know you were coming over here yet. Sorry. I thought you were going to tell me before that.
Well, I kind of
You just kind of got going?
situation where Jack is circling and I figured he's somewhat safe over here.
Alright, well, we'll figure these out in a minute as long as he doesn't get into them, Mr. Boy Man.
Well, he's a boy and he's a man.
And he is eyeballing all of this, like,
How can I get... Okay. Calculating the angles.
let's see if I can actually spin this around. Let's see. Hopefully there's nothing sensitive to see over there. There he is. Let's see. Now he's like, he knows he's on camera. He's like, now I'm gonna be a good boy.
Hi, Jack.
You gonna try for it, buddy? Don't. All right, yeah. He knows he's on camera, so he's like,
No, I'm a good boy. The world will never know.
3 minutes. Yeah, I'll check back in a bit. All right, thanks everybody. See you in a minute. All right, so I actually kind of let it go about an extra 5 minutes. You can see it's thickened up kind of nicely. A lot of the moisture has evaporated. So the next step is to wilt in some greens. So again, so we had all this cilantro for. So we're just gonna set it there. And then I'm not sure, I love cilantro. I know some people out there who have problems with it. I understand, I'm sorry. But I'm a huge fan. I do not have that thing where it tastes like soap. It tastes like heaven to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this chopped in there too. And we'll save a bunch of that for actually topping. So we just wanna mix this through, get it in there, let it kind of wilt down a little bit. Get that flavor to kind of work through the whole thing. And of course your pan is getting kind of full at this point, but you're gonna be okay. Just be gentle here as I flick some out. Just kind of work it down in there.
Wow, Jack, you're trying to get burned.
I know, Jack, that's a whole story you'll all hear in the future. He did not try to get into Mama's room. All the food smells so good out here. It's kind of a compliment to me, honestly. Or Costco rotisserie chicken. Not sure which, but...
At this point, probably the chicken?
Yeah, he was definitely... As soon as you left, he came over here like, I think I can get up there. And I was like, nuh-uh. Like, you can, but don't.
You pretty much put everything in there that you're going to put in there tonight? On the compost?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll go ahead and dump it then.
Okay.
It's too much colder.
All right, that's fine. So you can see it's already getting kind of smaller in here, and it's incorporating nicely. You can see we have a bit of a thick dish going on, which is good. Still going to cook a little bit more as we do the eggs. And the eggs can be tricky, but I just about nailed them last time. Now, granted, I don't remember what I did with them last time. People tell you all kinds of amounts of times. Like, I've seen everywhere from like 4 to 6, which seems more accurate. I've seen people say 8 to 10. Not if you want runny yellows, which you do. That's really nice in this dish. That creamy yolk kind of vibe just really sets this off when you're done. So I think last time I went 6 minutes, and I think I could have gone a little bit longer, so we'll probably go 7.
Yeah,
but
6 to 9.
Nice. She's lived with me too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see this is nice and incorporated. I'm just gonna kind of let that wilt down a little bit more before we make room for eggs. Tell you, I'm really glad I bought that extra dozen now since I needed that extra one.
I also remembered that I need to fill the bird feeder scoop.
Ah.
Birds are going to appreciate it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, yeah. Just careful I don't flop on you. That would be bad. Not on camera, anyways. Oh, Jesus, as I did actually just flop, but luckily not on you. But I get to blame you. I get to blame you because you were in the way. Even though absolutely it was not your fault, I get to blame you. Hey, y'all want to know a secret? Don't tell Mary, but I love her. I love her more than anything.
What was that?
Nothing! Nothing, you bitch! We have fun. Alright. I think that's looking pretty good. So we're going to flatten this out a little bit. Actually, a thing I have not done that I should have done last time that you should always do. Let's actually taste for season a little bit here. Just trying to get sort of an idea of how my flavors have come together. You know, does it need some salt? Maybe. While we let that simmer come back. Let it cool. Okay. You know, that's pretty good. The heat is there. But I do think I want to stir in a touch of salt. Not a lot, just a little pinch. Really bring that flavor out. That was not quite a full 3-finger pinch, but I'm gonna give it another little mix through. But yeah, the heat's nice. It's not, at least that little bite I had, I bet you this is gonna be a building heat, and it's gonna be Snipple City here in a bit, which is what we wanted. Okay. Like I said, just kind of wanted to mix that salt through, flatten this back out again.
Cilantro actually makes the smell good.
The salt, what? I'm sorry?
So the cilantro already makes the smell good.
The jar or the dish?
The compost.
Compost, yeah, the compost bin, whatever. All right, let me take another quick taste on that. Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe a hair more salt, but I think it's pretty good right there. Plus, I just remembered a thing I did not do last time that I will do this time is actually season the eggs. That is awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do now take a big spoon. We're doing 5 eggs, so we're gonna kind of make kind of a well, so it can kind of sit down in so the yellow sits pretty. I'm gonna start getting eggs in there. One egg down. Two eggs down. And we're keeping that heat pretty close to low right now. Like imagine if you had to crack this and then you accidentally drop shell in here right now. How much that would really slow you down. Okay, and one more. Nice. I probably could have actually got a 6th one in the middle, but that's fine. All right, so now we want to lid it. Echo, set timer for 7 minutes. Now the beautiful thing here is if you got a glass lid, you can keep your eye on it. You're also going to remember to pull it a little bit before it's done because the heat in the pan is going to continue to cook them even once you take it off the heat. So that is important. Yeah. All right. Well, we got a few minutes, so I don't know. What do I want to do here? Just let y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to move the camera. Get it over you a little bit, and then we can look at Mary's chicken. That's about as low as I can go. I'm trying to give you a better look into there while these cook up a little bit. In the meantime, I guess I'll do a little bit more dishes back here and try to chat while I do it. So I'm just, kind of cleaning off my knife a little bit. Got a little chorizo sticking on the edges. I know, you shouldn't really wash it in the dishwasher, but you know what? It's not a $180 knife, so I'm not that worried about it. I do have a sharpener and all that, so I do occasionally sharpen it. Although I need to do like the full real sharpening with sharpening block. I haven't done that.
Ask Dad about that.
Well, I have it. I know what to do. I just haven't done it.
You have a sharpening block?
Huh?
You have a sharpening block?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you even cleaned it for me.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
I think you
Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not like huge, I'm a manly man.
Like, Dad has actual whiskers.
Yeah, I think my thing will be fine, at least initially. So I'm just getting all these out of the way. And I'm kind of trying to keep you entertained while we watch and see how those eggs cook. Again, like I was saying, it's great to use a glass lid. I mean, you could not use a glass lid. You're just going to have to pop off the lid and look every now and then. Hell, you can even use like a baking sheet and put like a weight on it or something. That'll work too. Okay, so I'm done with my spatula. Yeah, I love this thing. I legit do. Like, I can't get over the fact I have a favorite spatula. That's how you know you're really into it. All right, so that is egg yolk. We're gonna wanna actually clean that proper later. Right now, I just wanna get it like that for the moment. Alrighty. We'll get out here with the vinegar and stuff, vinegar solution when we're done. All right, got that. All right, dishes are okay for now. But we want to set up another cutting board. So literally just, I don't know if you can see, you can't, okay. I literally just folded and wet a paper towel and kind of squished out the excess moisture. You just need it damp. It doesn't need to be dripping or sopping. The nice thing is too, when you're done with the cutting board, you have a nice wet towel there to wipe up under. So, although I did too good a job folding this, I don't see where the corners obvious, or the separation obviously is. There we go. That happens. Even to the best of us. All right, I'll set you down. Yep, there we go, no motion. So we've got some cilantro for garnish. And we've got some crumble cojita instead of feta. It's kind of Mexican Parmesan. It's a really salty cheese, but it goes really well in this dish. And we're just gonna break some of that up at the end, blah, blah, blah. All right, I think I'm done with, nope, we need the salt, we need the pepper for the eggs. Oh, right, shit, I totally forgot I was gonna do that. All right, well, we can still do it. Let's get in here and give a little bit of salt on each egg. That was about right. A little bit of cracked pepper. A couple grinds. And get that lid back on for the poaching. Yeah, I really hate that I forgot to do that sooner, but I don't think we caused too much damage doing that. All right. If you're wondering, I use kosher salt for my cooking because it's just that coarse, nice salt. We do have regular iodized salt, sea salt. Haven't gotten any pink salt yet. But someday I will, because I am definitely curious about it. All right, good, you can see what I'm doing here. So this is pretty easy. Ideally, we would have this bread be hot and fresh, but this will be fine. Got a nice whole loaf there we're gonna go ahead and deal with. I'll get my bread knife. Serrated bread knife. Go on an angle, it just looks prettier. And you wanna kinda, I used to push down and try to cut, and that was incorrect. Mary explained to me that you actually just kinda wanna get in there, saw, you know, that's why you have the serrated edges. Don't make this pretty thick. For the sopping, because you're really gonna want this bread to like sop sauces up with. And this is, like I said, this is a, oh, I can see there's actual like roasted, oh wow, there's actual roasted garlic cloves in there. See that? That's pretty dope. Oh, there's like, oh, there's actual roasted garlic cloves in the bread. Ooh, this is gonna be a good bread. Good thing I got 2 of these loaves. I got some other breads we can work with too if we need to. And if you're wondering about the heat on the stove, I just left it where it was for the simmer. So we're just a hair above the low setting on mine. Cats will be happy, I'm dropping lots of crumbs. I'm not quite getting the diagonal cut I was initially going for, so I'm getting a little sloppy here. I'm still working on that. So, screw it, let's just, nope. I don't have a real good angle on that. Dang it. Is this where it happens? Is this where I cut myself? There we go. Just needed to saw through the bottom of that crust. All right, we'll leave that out because we might need more bread. But yeah, just La Brea Bakery. You see some of the whites are starting to set. You're saying that's 7 minutes? That is not. That is nowhere near ready. That is nowhere near ready. Let's actually take that heat up to a medium-low. Echo, cancel timer. Man, we're gonna let that go more. You should definitely have your whites set. This concerns me. Maybe I had the heat too low. Crap baskets. Well, again, this is, I thought I had crumbs all over me, stars on my Star Wars shirt. I mean, it's one of those places where, again, it's fine. We're eyeballing it, we're keeping our eyes on it. You definitely want those whites more set than that. So I guess I should have been up to a medium-low all along. I guess it wasn't really simmering that much once I got the eggs in there. Should have been paying more attention. Again, like I said, I'm a novice. I'm learning what I'm doing here. So, you know, and you learn through practice and experience. Don't be afraid to fail. I mean, unless you just flat out burn something to a crisp, you can probably salvage it with some ketchup or something. I don't know, not necessarily this, but there's almost always a better way. I mean, you can definitely see it's getting a little poached over here. You can see I'm bringing up more steam now too. I might have lost some of my cooking heat when I took this back off as well. That may have been an issue. But I should let Dad know. Oh, yeah. He just asked if he should come over here. Let me see if he. So for those of you that don't know, leave that open, Daddy. For those of you that don't know, when Mary and I got our house, we got incredibly lucky that we got a house that is within walking distance to my dad. I guess he actually got incredibly lucky because now he usually gets food delivery, or on occasion like this is not a real delivery dish. This is really something you do kind of want to eat hot and fresh. You can reheat it, it's still really good, it's just not nearly as good. But it's really nice. He's got a restaurant he can walk to, or he often gets delivery. But yeah, you can see these are starting to set now, so we're getting closer. I'm gonna say maybe 2 more minutes is what I actually need, and we'll hope the yellows are still running. But if the whites aren't set like that, then they will be. I'm also gonna move the heat around a little bit. Let's take since these are more cooked, I'm gonna put them down here, let this get a little more heat over on these ones that aren't coming up as much. So that's another thing you can kind of control. Because like that egg is almost done, whereas this one needs a lot more heat on it. So I'm really trying to get some heat onto that egg and get some heat off of this egg. I don't think we need this fan system on anymore. We're not making napalm anymore. I've done that where we have to, oh damn, look at how fast that, oh no, that's the bad one. I was like, that cooked up real fast. I thought that was that one. But you can see this one's starting to come up pretty good. That one is probably actually done. That one is close. That one's third closest. Okay.
You don't know how badly I want my cold hands.
Oh, on my, well, you know what the deal is, and I don't think we can do that on camera. We have a deal. She's allowed to warm her hands up on my exposed neck. I get to do something in return to calm me down. We'll just leave it to your imagination beyond there.
Check.
Okay, these are
on edge.
These are very close. I think these 2 are good. These 3 are like, we're talking seconds away. You can see there's still a little translucency near the yolk. I like to get rid of that. I'm afraid these 2 are gonna be a little overcooked. Well, I guess I should get some plating out. And I did try to color code my bowls so this red shakshuka will pop in the pictures more. You are welcome. Oh, you can still go there. You are going to be welcome to try some of this, but I mean, I don't know what your heat level. The little tastes I got weren't that bad.
Maybe after you eat like a bowl.
Yeah, these 2 still need to go a little bit more. Hold on, let's get it over there. Let's see, where's the heat? There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just kind of moving the flame more under there.
Here's that.
Well, he's got impeccable timing because I think these are pretty much done. I'm gonna take the heat off. And then we're gonna take the lid off and see. Because again, like I said, they're gonna continue to cook a little bit more as they sit in the pan. Try to hit that a little bit wetter than usual. I don't know, actually. I think I'm gonna let those go a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. We might not get the runny yolk here. I may be screwing up. Oh, did he drive?
Yes. It's cold out there, man.
I bundle up. I just throw on big old coats. What if you brought any Angels in me to enjoy?
Nope.
Aw, you got a drink? I got beers.
You might want a beer with this.
Yeah, I might need one.
You maybe. I didn't make it like insanely hot, I don't think, but it definitely has heat compared to last time.
I
Thank you, guys.
yeah, that wind is bitter cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that should be enough. It just needed, I felt like it needed a few more seconds. Okay, yeah, those.
That was.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit longer in the residual heat. They're still a little jiggly.
Yeah. Hey,
Have a different bread than usual, but check this out. There's like roasted garlic. This is a garlic.
Okay.
This is a roasted garlic loaf. So they've like stuffed the loaf with like pieces of garlic. Some of the bread you're even gonna find garlic in it. I thought, okay, with the options I have, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you're over here. Yeah, welcome to the vlog. I think
Oh, yeah.
y'all remember JB. You'll see my dad in a minute. You'll see him more properly.
Oh, there's my hand. Could not find my hand.
It takes a little getting used to. All right, I think the residual heat is calming down. So there you go. There's a tissue box right there, or in the guest bath or whatever. And I'm gonna take myself a nice little picture of this. I forgot to remind Charisse, so I'm just gonna send her that unedited picture.
Tell her traded. Tell her JB's in the house.
Yeah, right? All right, so we'll let that cool just a second. And then we'll, actually, no. While it's still heating, let's go ahead and crumble up some of this cheese. You can find this in like the Mexican section of most grocery stores, by the way, people.
And Kroger.
That's in the Mexican section.
Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason, I heard Mexican grocery.
Are you being me?
No, I've just been go for a while.
Go, gadget, go! Go. Yeah, we finished it too. We can't talk spoilers while the camera's running, but yeah.
Worth watching.
Jesus Christ, dude, that ending.
Yeah,
Woo!
Next season's going to be awesome.
I know, they're already filming it. So there's that.
I'm glad I can predict about half of what happens and that I'm completely off on the other half.
Make sure we got plenty this time. I had to resort to buying a pre-chopped container because I went to 2 Krogers. Still couldn't find any. When I went to Alexandria, I got excited too because they had greenery in the cilantro spot. And then I got a little closer. I was like, that looks almost like cilantro, but not quite. And I saw the tag and it was like parsley. I was like, damn it. I have parsley. Shit, who cares? I care. Ugh. Okay, I don't care that much. All right, and there you have a lovely shakshuka. So again, we have a lot of new people here. This is how this is gonna work. I'm gonna turn off the camera you're watching now. We'll switch back to the phone. We'll get some beauty footage up close. A plate, we'll eat, we'll do all that. So hold on. Yeah, here's the bread, by the way. There's like some garlic pieces and you can see some garlic pieces in there. There's my dad, being a cat grandpa. He likes to rile them up and leave us to deal with them. And then
What
here,
grandparents do.
right? And here is in the pan edition. I should have got some cilantro over here, actually. There we go. In the pan edition of our shakshuka. Spicy Mexican shakshuka. So let's plate it. Okay, so we had a little bit of an issue, but his turned out really good. He got the prettiest plate. There's my plate. I was having a heat dispersal issue. Some of these eggs did not cook as well. I tried cooking them a little bit longer. So I don't know. I didn't have that problem before. I'll figure it out in the future, but I think this is going to be really, really tasty. So let's get it on the table and let's see what we get. Okay, here we are. Close-up time. I also keep thinking about putting black beans in there, but... So my first question is, how did my yolk... You can do whatever. I'm just, how did my yolk turn out? Oh, we got a little... yeah. Not quite as oozy as I wanted, where this is one of the more cooked eggs, but still a little yolky. So that's good. Let's get a little quick taste here. A little egg white, a little jalapeno, a little red pepper. Hopefully you can see me, I have no idea. It smells amazing.
Yeah, you can see the top half of your head.
Oh, that's... Yo. Yo, dog. We heard you like jalapenos, so we put jalapenos in your jalapeno. That is awesome. Okay, despite the egg issue, which again, I'm not a master of eggs. I've been upping my egg game and getting better, which is why I want to practice this dish so much. Because I'm trying to get to making hollandaise and eggs benedict for Mary. But so this is the first step in the world of poaching. But oh yeah, that's got some good heat. That is delicious. Hold on, let's see if I can do his first one. That's the charge of getting it cooked for you. You have to give a feedback.
Yeah, it's tasty.
But how tasty?
And it's very good. Get a little bit of the jalapeno here.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the flavors.
The Christmas one.
I think it's better, but that's because there's a lot more heat going on.
Mm-hmm. I think it's better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot.
The one at Christmas was good too.
I agree, but this one has a lot more flavor happening. Oh yeah. I do wonder how his yolk is though, but I don't want to rush him, so. But yeah, you know, you kind of get all this up on a nice little piece of bread and enjoy it that way. And yeah, so basically that's shakshuka, or at least my version, until I make other versions. I'll make Mary a Mediterranean one at one point, because they do like Kalamata olives and feta and spinach. Yeah, all the things she would love. Oh, he's trying the bread before I get to try it. I haven't tried this bread before. Here, y'all want a bite? Too bad. No, the bread won't be as good because it's not fresh baked.
That's about what I was going to say. The bread at Christmas was better, but this is good.
That's because that was right out of the oven. And this was baked earlier today. So I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, let's get a little. Yeah, my yolk is overdone. That is the tricky part with like poaching eggs and stuff, you know, getting that just right.
Mine's fine. Nice runny yellow.
Did you get a runny yellow? I didn't even see it. Oh, I was going to catch it.
Oh, too late.
Okay, there's just a piece of bread. Just a piece of, oh no, that was a whole garlic nub. Okay, I'll eat it, I don't care. My immune system is solid. Is the thing you say the day before you wake up with a cold. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm trying to do this one-handed. It's not going to go that well one-handed, but yeah, this is still excellent.
For you, but my hands are covered in chicken grease right now.
All right, fine. So what do you think of the heat level thus far?
I'm telling the audience at home.
I got you.
That's good. It's not overpowering.
Yeah, actually, for as much as I put in there, kind of surprised. I really did think it'd be a bit hotter, but it's good. There's definitely heat, but it's not quite the habanero heat. Yeah, my yellow got over, but that's fine. You can't win all the time. Those others, I'm sure, have runny yellows. Oh, so good, but so hot.
Well, the main thing is the whites aren't runny.
Right, well. Okay, I got it, but Mary just tried some.
The flavor's good, but I don't think I could take a whole dish of that heat.
Yeah, she can't take it. Look who got a second dish, though.
Mm-hmm.
Focus, camera, focus. I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm just gonna finish up my initial dish.
Want to see the yellow runny?
Yeah, if you can get it, yeah. See if that one's got a runny yellow. Oh, that's what you're looking for, folks. And you dip your bread all up in there, you get that warm, silky creaminess mixed in with all the acidity tomato, and it's just fan-freaking-tastic. That bread's pretty darn good, too.
Yeah.
Nothing like bread and egg yolk, I find. All right, I'm gonna finish up, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more. Okay, so it is like 9:20. It's a Wednesday, by the way. We have not made any of the Throwdown Thursdays for this month. I thought we'd get a couple hours in. I don't think we're gonna at this point because, you know, Mary has to get up early. We'll at least get one in. We might get two if I make them 40 minutes. We'll see. Trash is just about done. She got the last little bits of what she deals with done, so I'm gonna go roll those cans out. But yeah, Shakshuka turned out pretty good. Happy about my haircut. I guess I can tell you this story real quick. And that'll be this vlog this week. Next week's gonna be the first part of the Tournament of Toasties Sweet 16 edition. For those that don't know, that are new to this, on the membership side, for about a year, we have this Food Network magazine that was all about soups. But in the back, it has like 50 fabulous grilled cheese or whatever. And it's everything from your basic butter in a pan and American cheese white bread to doing the mayo instead of butter to doing like freaking like salami and gorgonzola and I mean just crazy stuff, even down to a dessert round where there was like a Nutella banana thing, you know. So we picked 32 of those 50 and we put them up against each other, Mary and I, we made them, we taste tested them, narrowed it down to 16. So next week you're gonna get the first episode here of Sweet 16 as we narrow it down to find our favorite grilled cheese. Maybe some celebrity judges by the end. But since we're having such ingredient shortages right now, next week is likely, we have, the way we did that too, because there are some basic grilled cheeses and there are some fancy grilled cheeses. So I have broken it down to pit the classics against classics and fancies against fancies, to where the final will be a classic versus a fancy, basically. So we might actually do some basic grilled cheese next week, just because I know I can find those ingredients fairly easily. We'll see what happens. If it's that and it's really easy, then I'll definitely do more in the vlog, like try to give you a little house tour or something. You know, my paid members have seen it. But what I will tell you, we'll give you this fun story. Sorry, I'm still very full from dinner. The wine's kicking in. So, you know, I got an Xbox Series X, I got a PlayStation 5 pretty much on launch day. Well, PlayStation on launch day. Xbox, I think I got about a week late because I screwed something up with credit cards and got lucky and got a bundle. And then I really, you know, put them in the office and I used them in the office, and I was always afraid to move them because if you break something, they're not easily replaceable, you know? But I really wanted to be playing next gen in the comfort of my bedroom when I'm not on camera. And, you know, going and playing in the office, it's like, if I'm in the office, I feel like I'm working, even if I'm trying to relax. So I really wanted to get other next gen systems. As far as PlayStation 5, we still really want 2 more of them. Mary gets the next one. I don't know why my camera looks so jittery, like it's dropping frames. Mary gets the next one because she's desperate to play the integer version of Final Fantasy VII that we've already bought for her. And then I'd like one for my bedroom. But I do a lot more on Xbox as well. And Game Pass never really clicked with me until just recently. And now I freaking love Game Pass. I love using Microsoft rewards with Game Pass. And, you know, earning money to play games, and by following those rewards and quests, I end up playing a bunch of games I might never otherwise play and really loving some of them. So that's been really cool. Well, here's the thing. For Christmas, before Christmas, we started seeing Xbox Series S's in the wild. And, you know, it just means you actually walk into a store, you see them on the shelf. And I was like, you know, I kept thinking about it. It's like, I kind of want one. I'm a console collector. I wouldn't mind having an X and an S, but I know I really want an X because I got all these disc games, because physical media saves a lot of storage and a lot of download time. But, you know, it's just so impossible to get the X. And I was like, I finally convinced myself that, you know what, I'm going to get $300 use out of an S before I ever get an opportunity to get an X. So I kind of started joking with my dad whenever we see one, like, hey, you can buy me that if you want. Come on, buddy, buy it for me. He's like, nah. It's like, all right, fine. Turns out the first time I asked, he kept saying no, because the first time I asked, he went back and got it for me as a Christmas gift. So I got an S for the Christmas, and I loved it. And I got really hooked into Game Pass, and I got into remote play and, you know, cloud playing. And I was using like my Razer Kishis. I've got what do they call it? A backbone ordered for my iPhone edition, because my iPhone is the Pro 12, so I have a bigger screen than my Android, which I'm due to update my Android very soon. So we'll see how that goes. So I was totally terribly in love with that, and I still love it, and I still think it's great, and it's small. It's like so solid state and portable. I don't feel like it's gonna break if I move it around. We even bought the 1 terabyte internal expansion because I was obviously putting a lot of big games on there. Like, I just played Halo 5 just to get some rewards, and then I fell in love with the fucking campaign. Now I'm playing through the whole campaign. Like, I gotta go back and play the first 4 and all that. Well, 2 weeks after the S, walk into GameStop, and, well, they have them in stock. They have bundles, but they're still really good bundles and still very reasonably priced because they are retail priced, not scalper. And I debated. Apparently they had a bunch of them, because the guy was like, I'm not allowed to tell you how many we have. And I was like, well, can you give me some idea? Like, do I need to make a decision in 2 minutes, or can I wait 20 minutes? So it's like, no, 20, you'd be fine. 20, you'll probably go a day. It's like, okay, all right, it gives me some idea. So I was riding around with my dad, because we go out shopping together on Tuesdays, give him something to do. You know, my mom passed away years ago. We're good buddies. There's another reason I like that we live so close, because I can go hang out with him, go watch ball games, watch Dexter, Walking Dead, just carry my wine back and forth. But we go out on Tuesdays, so I got back in the car. I'm like, you know I really want it. But I was feeling so guilty because I just got that S, and I only had it for 2 weeks. Anyways, we pulled the trigger. There was a funny part too where I called Mary. I was like, Mary, I'm giving you an opportunity to talk me out of this. And there's this burger joint we wanted to go to, Dad and I. We were probably gonna go there, and she wanted a milkshake. So she put it on speaker and asked my dad, hey John, you buy me a milkshake if I talk him out of it? I said, shit, I'll buy you 2 if you don't. So I was pretty proud of that. But yeah, so we pulled the trigger, and I got an X, and it was bundled with Far Cry 6, the new Call of Duty, which I enjoy those. I don't love them, but I enjoy them. And NBA 2K 2022. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm a college basketball guy, but I'm a Wildcats college basketball guy, so I could put together a whole Wildcats team with the NBA roster pretty easy. Plus a $50 gift card, all of that is like $650. By the time it was taxed and everything, it's about $700. But you know, that's 3 A-list games, a $50 gift card, even got a 1-year warranty and all that. So very excited. Anyways, I got that hooked up upstairs now, so I can get into my digital games and my disc-based games. And then we're gonna use the other Xbox for like down here because it'll look nice on those shelves. Or if we do want to play something in the basement, we can move it. Or now that I have 2 Series X, if I do need that and need that extra processing power and whatnot, I have 2, so I feel more comfortable moving one because if something happens, I have a backup. And since obviously even more this year, a lot of what I do is gaming, you know, it's good to do. I got the Xbox 20th anniversary controller to commemorate it. I've been wanting to do the design lab for ages. I finally came up with a great design I love. And I'm probably gonna order me that when I get a little more money in my account. Because at this point for the month, I paid off all my bills and I spent way too much for people on Christmas through November and December. So I gotta kind of get my spending back under control for a bit. But yeah, so that's what happened. And I got to hook that up last night and what did I do? I played new Super Lucky Tale for a little while to get some rewards. And that's a fun game. I'd already played it on Switch. But that's one story. There's more stories to be told. If you're eyeballing the house you've never seen around here, that's a small percentage of my vinyl collection. That's like the now playing section, except for a few things upstairs, like some of my Taylor Swift. If you didn't know, I'm a huge freaking, I think she is an incredible songwriter. Her stuff just absolutely works for me, gets stuck in my head for days. I put her on shuffle on Spotify one night and it was like 5 hours before I heard a repeat song and I was like, Jesus Christ. And it was all good. I feel like I want to tell you more, but you know, we never actually ended up putting decorations on the trees because the kids, the cats, 2 of them are very new. This is their first year with a tree. We didn't want them getting too riled up, but you know, it's a nice tree, so pretty happy about that. And then I guess I can't wrap up the vlog because I promised you to show you the kitty. So I'll try to remember to do that and wrap this up. But that's kind of how these things go. Sometimes they're going to be like 20 minutes. Sometimes they're going to be 2 hours. But generally when they're 2 hours, it's because I'm doing a long-ass cooking session. So, but let me know. Feel free, you know, anything you think I would like, I should try or look into food-wise or whatever. Cool beans. And we got fun stuff coming. So we're gonna go to Pepper Palace and do a hot sauce tasting at some point with one of my Zer buddies, and lots of cooking, you know, all the grilled cheese. We'll work on perfecting a Mexican lasagna. I've still never been able to conquer cacio e pepe, which I really want to do. Then I found out about another version of it today. I got a recipe for that's cheese and eggs instead of cheese and pepper. It looked really good, so we might try that. I got a new magazine that's like 36 gourmet mac and cheeses, so we'll have to do some of that. You know, still going to work on figuring out a hollandaise and getting good at poaching eggs to make Benedict. So there's that. There's a lot of things I've never cooked over on any of my sites that I want to get into doing here, and I still need to conquer scallops and risottos and things like that. We still want to goof off with like trying spaghetti tacos, you know, all that. But eventually I'll get into making my own pizza crusts, things like that too. So I like to learn about it. I like to know how to do it. I like to understand it. I love foodie. I am that guy that can sit there and sound pretentious as fuck about the experience of eating certain flavors. I have a good palate. I could never really do cooking in a real kitchen though. I can't do it under that immense amount of pressure and speed. If I really wanted to, I could do it. You know, I could train myself, but I don't want it that bad. I've thought about stuff like that before, but it's like, no, I want to enjoy it. I want it to be something I get to enjoy. Okay. Oh, there's the Mary. Maybe I can wrap this up then. Well, you won't see all the kitties. It's just Jack and Itty Bit. Hold on. Look. Hello, Itty Bit. Look at this cute girl. Oh, she's trying to go back into Mama's room. Here comes Napoleon. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Aaron. That is Aaron Purr. He often looks a lot like us. He's taken after his older brother a lot. In the dark, sometimes we get him confused. And there's our little Jack. Chick. Hi. Say hi to the people. Hi, Aaron. Oh, shit. You want to vlog? You want to shoot the vlog? Kitty cam? You're so cute. And Itty Bit and Aaron Purr, sir. Look at him. He's so adorable. And yes, the skirt is off the tree because that's where the cats have put it.
It has Velcro in the back. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
The cat goes 9 and 10.
Uh-huh. But I'd rather they enjoy it outside from underneath the tree, so.
What is that?
Yeah. Mr. Purr. Hi. Uh-oh, her check. Well, he wants to be the center of attention. All right. You'll meet them all over time. They're adorable. Look at this guy right here. Look at him.
Is the bully not in his bed?
I don't know. He was the last I looked, but I haven't looked in a minute. Let's go. Oh, no, he's right behind you. Hi, Napoleon. Hi, buddy. Want to say hi to the people? Jack is like, I will be the star. I am the cute one. Hi. That's the old man. He's awesome. We loves him. He's a little skittish sometimes, though. Woo! Woo!
The bully says, I'm only 11. The old man was ancient.
Well, I mean, relatively. Jack's not even a year yet. Aaron's just about a year, right?
Year, the end of this month, I think.
Nice. They own my heart. Mary is... I never had pets. I was very allergic. I guess I have just acclimated. But she is very amused at how much of a cat daddy I have become. Jack likes to ride on my back. Yeah. All right. Cute, cute, cute.
Aaron's such a good boy.
Boop. You were closer. Objects in camera may be further. This little boy got some chicken earlier. He's excited.
Yeah, I got chicken, except for Abit, who doesn't care for chicken.
Yeah. By the way, we have a transforming house. You'll see more of that in the future. Like this couch pulls out into like a big old, like that comes out and pops up and it's like almost a big bed. That table can expand to hold like 12 people. We did a really cool design of making this house very flexible for whatever occasion. And then we've recently had to do this because a certain somebody has figured out how to start opening cabinets. And this is definitely, let's see if I can show you before he comes running in, a cabinet. We don't want them in because this is where the audio setup for DMN is. See, he's coming. He's like, what? Oh, I can look. It's like, nope, sorry, buddy. I'll try to show you all that more someday. Crap, I didn't think this part through. Hold on. No, I'm skilled. I got skills. Science. Well, not perfect. I do need 2 hands to perfect it. But that's where we had the DMN cam. Got my record player. This is traps for Jack, so he doesn't jump up here too easily. I'm a Joe Bob slip mat. PS4 switch dock down there. Surround built in, so it's cool stuff. All right. All right, I think that's a pretty substantial vlog. You've got some cool stuff. We're gonna change all this out here soon too. Here's one of our mesh routers. My old DAT tapes, the earliest recordings I've ever had. I still need to get back to that one guy in town I found that has a DAT machine.
Yep.
Because you can't even buy them. They don't really exist at all anymore. But that's some recordings from when I'm like 14 years old. I know there was a song called Crap that I loved, and I know there was a cool uncensored version, and there was a censored version, and the censored version we censored with a slide whistle, and at least back then it was one of the funniest damn things I ever did. All right. I guess I just don't want to stop talking to y'all, but I guess we should. Jack, you want to say bye to the people? It's like, bye people, look at my butthole. Not really, I'm not going to show that. Battery failure. All right, hold on, let me do the thing. The thing being saying goodbye. Because we got shit to do. Yeah, there's no way we're doing 2 sack boys. It's like almost 10 already. Well, it's 9:40. It's 9:40. So
I can do 2.
We'll see how we feel. I don't know that I want to work that late. I don't want to work at all now. That they're doing all the cooking. I'm like, I wish we had done Sackboy yesterday. Then we wouldn't have to do anything today. Oh well. Tomorrow I got to do trailers and probably do some more Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, that's it. I gotta go. We gotta get our work done. I gotta drink some more wine. It's important. It's how the universe will be destroyed if I don't. So. Looking forward to showering and drying my hair much quicker and fixing my hair. Oh, I still gotta finish rolling the trash out. Okay, I gotta go. All right, bye everybody. We'll see you next time. Hopefully you like these. I enjoy them. I know at least some of you will. All right, bye.